Morning, folks. It's Thursday, May 9th. Wanted to give you a grain update, mostly wheat. Give an idea of what the Pacific rains in the Pacific Northwest did over last week, as well as what's happening in Russia. Just kind of talk about new crop sales just a little bit, and we'll go from there. So first up, Pacific Northwest rain last weekend. It was the jackpot area seemed to be the Oregon-Washington border. Anywhere close to that did very well. Range from, I think, half an inch on the low end to 2 inches on the high end. Just in that northern Oregon area as well as southern Washington. So that's going to be a very beneficial rain. As we go north, you get into Washington, central Washington, east Washington. It was spotty. We did have some good rains there. We get half inch to 3/4 of an inch. I didn't really hear any over an inch there. There are some areas that just got 1/4 of an inch. And looking at the forecast, based on how dry we were, you got 10 plus days of pretty dry stuff coming. So. And some heat, so you're apt to see stress come back to that area. So I'm still in the above average category for Pacific Northwest white wheat, but we'll see. I don't know if the good areas can make up for some of the stress and loss we've had in the bad area. So that concerns me a little bit. So we may be dropping this thing down to average by the time it's all said and done. So as for Russia, which has been our main driver in the market, I think, I'm not, the war stuff's kind of on the back burner for now. There's bits of, stuff moving there, but it's not, I don't think it's market moving. I think the market's been moving on the Russian crop. Solvacon guy yesterday said that a lot of the area was past the point of no return, and so rains at this point will help, but the damage has been done. Looking at the forecast, there is rain coming to the southern district. It looks like, of course, it said that a week and a half ago too, and then it failed to materialize. But the bigger story right now is the frost. There's some really cold temperatures in 3 districts. 3 districts already declared an emergency over the grain crops. The temperatures between 15 and 22 degrees for 4 or 5 nights. The question is, what stage are they in? It's farther north than their southern district, so my guess was at least past the boot stage. So it's hard to say how much damage was done there. We won't know that till later. But market seems to be sensitive to it, so it's reacting with the cold air and it's reacting with the dryness. So there was some weakness this week, which kind of was expected after the fast run up. Let's pull back, corrective move, especially ahead of a USDA report. Wasn't surprising at all. So I didn't make any big moves this week. Kind of just sat on my hands so far, which brings us into new crop sales. About the only market, wheat market, I should say, that really has a chance of making a profit right now would be your hard red winter. You add in the Pacific Northwest basis. Those numbers will work. So if you're a hard red winter guy, you might want to scale a little bit here. As far as white wheat and hard red spring, we're not making money yet. We're just not making money yet. These numbers are not, the basis in the white wheat has been terrible, and we could see that last another year. If that's the case, you don't want to get stuck with a hedge tree arrive in the 6s. We've got to start that in the 7s. If we start that around 7.5, then at least we got a chance to hit $8. We can make money at that. Plus, if you sell here, you're going to be below your insurance guarantee, and your insurance guarantee is, like I say, if you sell here and the market rises, then you're going to lose twice. You're going to lose that insurance guarantee, and you're going to lose because you sold at a lower point. So I'm not not recommend any forward white wheat sales or hard red spring sales. Both of those are just going to have to wait. So one thing going on that's frustrating to me is, and I probably shouldn't even talk about this, but it's not my nature, is just the attitude of the exporters has been something different. It's I don't track it. I don't know exactly what those guys are doing. I don't know if it's just a bunch of younger guys that have taken, that are in the office right now or what, but there's some growers that have had to deal, they have to talk to the exporters directly for the truck dumps and the 2 truck dump available there, and they just one of them mentioned yesterday to a grower that he's like, I don't know why this market moved up. It has no reason to move up, and if anything it should move lower. And so he's telling the grower this, and we're watching the world balance sheet shrink, and we're watching weather problems hit in various places, and we're $1.50 below the cost of production at least. And he's telling them that the stuff's worthless and never going to be worth anything. And it's just amazing to me that would be their attitude. It's just, I don't know. They're not putting a lot of thought into it. So, I mean, we're 20 cents below the price of corn, and the corn is just booming off the shelf. Every export report is positive for corn. It's well in advance of what USDA's expectations for corn exports have been. I mean, every week we're running 2 to 3 times the pace needed. Yet white wheat is 20 cents below that, with the exporters saying there's no reason to be there in the first place. So what is it? Are we just worthless? Are we worthless now? Is that it? And you expect us to be $4? I mean, anyway, it's just, I'll try not to vent too much, but you listen to these guys and it's just, anyway, it's something we have to fight with. But hopefully they get short bought, and right now they are kind of short bought. They're trying to fill boats. And they're shocked that the grower isn't selling much, and it's like, well, no, we're not. We're still losing a lot of money, so we really don't want to sell here. So, and if they can't figure that out, I don't know how I can help them. So, anyway, nobody will cheer more for me if they get really short bought and have to start bidding. That'll be a lot of fun. So, that's about all I got. We got USDA tomorrow. This is our first look. It'll show us what to expect for kind of the starting balance sheet, or what are they going to, they're not going to have accurate numbers right off the bat. Russia, that's going to be a big moving target. Last year they were in the 90s. This year, if they come out at 80, that's a pretty major story, and that's going to propel us to some good numbers. Right now we're probably trading the mid 80s. So, but USDA is not going to, I have no idea where they'll start. I would guess the mid to upper 80s, but EU stuff should be down. The US will be maybe up a little bit. And then who else? Argentina, Australia is too early to say. Canada, I think, is going to be up significantly. I don't know if USDA will put that yet. They probably won't. They'll probably start them low based on the drought, but based on conditions, I think Canada could do really well. Anyway, so that's about it. So, and just remaining patient, kind of waiting for some numbers here. Like I say, if you're hard red winner, take a look at the hedge to arrive world for Separdice. You can make money at those levels. Not a lot, but at least it's not a loss. And we'll go from there. So have a good day.